આપેલા આશ્રમ બહુ જગત મધારે to always remember the source, the immediate source that is conveying this powerful direct current from the Lord to us. As Mr. Maharaj said, who can believe with such good fortune? Who can believe such stupidity? And I can kind of relate to what he said. When I look, don't you have sometimes this experience? The person you're meeting for the first time, you feel like you have known him or him or her for like back of your hand. And that's how, when I met first Srila Gurudev, he looked like I've known him for a long time. When I look at the picture of Sridhar Maharaj, it appears like I've been in his family. I've known him. But I'm seeing this picture for the first time. So there is some mercy that always supporting us, guiding us. They are our protectors. They will guide us in the right way. The instructions given to us is, there are some other sampradayas in India where the understanding is you somehow beg and somehow take shelter of the Guru and let that Guru accept you as a shishya. That is all you have to do. Thereafter, in those sampradayas it is considered, it is Guru's responsibility to wrench you out of this world and save you. You don't have to do anything. So that is much like the example given as cat. Cat takes care of the kitten. The kitten has to do nothing. The cat just grabs it by the neck and takes it to safety. But our instructions is no. Yes, Guru Maharaj has given us some shelter. But there is a minimum duty, there is some karma we have to do. We have to grab on, put some effort to grab on to what is offered to you, right? That is like a monkey. And a monkey does not grab it by the neck. Monkey child has to make that effort to grab by the... I don't know, Prabhu, but...
I'm streaming.
Oh, you're streaming?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is converted into a class then. Okay, all right. Thank you for that.
Hopefully you haven't been saying anything too nectarian for the public consumption, but...
Okay.
Is that microphone on?
Yes, yes.
Well,
So then-
the class supposed to be later or now?
It was supposed to be at 4, but Nasi Maharaj he kind of
No, we were running late.
Oh, I see.
Lights would be good.
Okay. You want, I can sit there, Prabhu. That's more light from there.
Whatever, the camera's on you now.
Camera? is on? Okay.
Zoom in a little
We don't
more.
have to do anything. Yeah.
A little more light. So it's-
Yeah.
Everything under control.
Right. So for us, it is not like it's not a one-sided responsibility. Yes, you walk one step, Gurudev will come 10 steps to help you. You take one step, Krishna will come 1,000 steps. But you have to take that step. You have to make that effort. Right? So that's where, yes, we are marginal potency. We are extremely tiny, tiny of the tiniest. Yet we have a free will. That free will is tiniest of the tiniest. Nevertheless, it is still a free will. And we have to exercise that free will and make that effort to desire shelter, to desire service, to desire the opportunity to serve Lord Krishna. That is a free will. And no matter how small that will is, we have to exercise that free will. And yes, we are infinitely small, but an infinitely small step has to be made to say, you really mean what you're saying. You know that. The proof is in the action we take, not the words we speak. Right? So we have to we have to show some sincerity and some yearning for what we are saying. It is important for me. It is tasteful, yes, and it is precious. I understand that. Show that yearning. And so that is like the markat. That is like the monkey. The mother monkey will take you away from danger, but as a small baby, you have to grab on to the mother monkey. And the mother monkey will climb, jump from here to there, and you are safe. You don't have to worry how big a jump is going through. Right? So we are safe. Gurudev will cross over this ocean of Bhavasagar. This material world, one of the Sanskrit words that is known in India is Bhavasagar. Sagar means ocean of Bhava. Bhava means bhavna, desire, or bhavna in English, what is it? Huh? No, it's not. So bhav is something that you have a desire, a creative desire. Let this be. Which is generally, we are in material world, this is very familiar. Okay, we say, okay, let me achieve this. Let me get this. Let me put some effort. Let me put some exploitation. The desire comes first in your mind. And the mind is very fickle. Most of the time, mind is driven by the objects seen by the five senses. Right? And invariably, most of the materialistic world people here are interested in desires that spring from material perception. So the first thing is that something comes to your mind is, oh, this is desirable. And then the mind says, yeah, if you can get it, it's going to be very tasty. Right? So then what you do is, the root thought is desire. And for that desire, you put all the energy and exploitation to get it. And then once you have, of course, in the material world, the downside is the material world is temporal, and the satisfaction that you get from getting that desire and getting the fruits of that desire is that happiness you thought is going to be lasting for you for months and years, that happiness only barely lasts for a few hours, and if you're lucky, maybe a day. Right? And then what happens? Bhavasagar, like the ocean, comprises of waves. The waves are similar to desires. One wave comes, here's a desire. Okay, let me go get it. And then you're not satisfied with the fruits of that desire. And what that gives rise to? Another wave. And another wave, another desire, and another desire. A chain of desires. And sometimes one desire gives rise to, oh, it'll be nice if I can do this and this and this. Right? It'll be nice if I had a great family like this and $1 million or $1 billion nowadays. $1 million is not enough. Right? Hundreds of $1 million and some pratishtha, some recognition and some ability to fulfill my fantasy. Those one desire gives rise to that. And that some of the times the desire is rooted in envy. Which is, how come? How come I see this person has got more than what I got? Or how come this person seems to be more happy than I? And I'm pretending to be happy, and internally I know I'm not happy, but that person surely looks very happy. And there is an envy. Right? And that envy can result in, as yesterday we were being told, Sridhar Maharaj said this, that the living entities have come here because of, Sridhar Maharaj used the word hate. Very strong word.
Yeah.
Hate. And I kind of meditated upon it, Sridhar Maharaj's word. And then clearly the root of us coming to the material world and the root of why this material world has come about is interesting. Yes, we have developed some Duti Anibhesh, the living entity has developed a Dvitiya Nivesh, which is a second interest. Okay? And the second interest what is the first interest? You may ask. Okay? So most of the living entities that are coming out as rays of effulgence from Mahavishnu, we are those marginal potencies that are rays coming out of the effulgence of Mahavishnu. And all those marginal potencies, they have a first interest. That those marginal potencies, Jivatma like you and me, understand where they're coming from and what is their eternal religion. And they want to, as their first interest, attend to that eternal religion. That is, and almost all the rays that are coming out of Mahavishnu, they continue to serve Mahavishnu and Krishna, understanding the first interest. But there are some very few living entities like me who have developed a Dvitiya Nivesh, the second interest, which is to enjoy in separation. What is the first interest? The first interest, the Sanatan Dharma is, I have come from Krishna, I have come from Mahavishnu, who is an expansion of Krishna, and I have always served him. And I would continue to serve and enjoy that joy that comes from service. That is the first interest. But there are some living entities who have developed a Dvitiya Nivesh. A second interest to say, why should I serve Krishna? Why all my effort, the fruits of that effort, should I give to Krishna? How about I enjoying my effort? That is the second interest that has come about. And the moment that second interest thought comes to the heart of that living entity, Krishna being like our parent, he says, oh, you have that desire? Granted, I will give you a sandbox. You go fulfill your desire. So the second interest that has come about is from envy to Krishna to say, why should I serve the fruits to Krishna? Why he should get all the glories? How about glories for me? And that is the second interest. And immediately Krishna says, let this Jivatma fulfill his desires. He is so merciful. And he gives. Now, I have developed a second interest. I'm really a marginal potency. But my desires are big. I'm really like a worm, but my desires are like a king. Right? And I want to enjoy like a king. But I cannot enjoy like I am the Lord as long as I remember, truly speaking, Lord is somebody else. So Krishna is very merciful. He says, oh, this entity has developed this desire, let it be fulfilled. And so that desire is fulfilled, Krishna tells his own energy, Maya Devi, to create this world for this living entity. Maya, what that is not. That's the name of Maya. Yeah? Ma is no, Ya this. What this is not. Maya is illusion. So first Krishna says he takes away your memory. He takes away the memory of who you are. That you are the eternal servitor of the Lord. That is taken away. That is a shield, an illusory wall is created by Maya Devi, where you have forgotten that Krishna is the Lord. Because if you remember it, you will never be able to enjoy your lordship in the dark world. You will never be able to enjoy it. But Krishna is merciful to say, okay, here, let it become true. Whatever you desire, my son, my daughter, let it become true. So that Dvitiya Nivesh is rooted in envy. And when it is rooted in envy for some time, it may appear like hatred. Say, no, I don't want to serve Krishna. I don't want to serve that. I want everything to serve me. Right? So I'm thinking maybe I can't second guess Guru Maharaj's thing, but in my cockroach brain, it looks like this is what possibly he was trying to say. So an extreme form of envy can express itself as a hate sometimes. And so Ditya Nivesh is the reason why we want to lord over material nature. But Krishna is very merciful. I mean, we are minuscule, and as I said, we are cockroaches, and we want to have the experience of a king. So how can a living entity as trivial as me enjoy and claim to manipulate the material energy? Material energy is the potency of Krishna. This Maya has created, has synthesized this fabric of universe. So I don't even have the energy, capability to manipulate this material world. So what does Krishna do? Krishna in the form of Sadashiv, the material world, the glance of Krishna, of Mahavishnu on the material energy, that glance penetrates the material energy in the form of Sadashiv. And that penetration of the glance, that is called Sadashiv. So Lord Shiva is to be worshipped because it's a glance that is impregnating this, what seems to be a dull matter, and makes it alive, Jagat. And the Sanskrit word is Jagat, something that is awakened. It looks like it. It's no more a dull matter. It looks like it is alive. Right? So this material world is really a bhav sagar. It's an ocean of desires. One desire yielding into another desire. And these desires have come from, first, the most primeval desire is Dutiya Nivesh. The second interest that has come about. And from there, it is falling down onwards. Right? And that is what this material world is all about. And we have been, that desire seems to be unending, and Krishna says, okay, never mind, as long as you want to have these desires, as long as you want to be in this mode of exploitation, you can stay here in this material world as long as you want. I have a protector for you. Maya Devi is there. She's going to protect you so that you don't hurt yourself too bad. So Maya Devi is, yes, some people say she is Durga. Yesterday we heard that, right? Durga actually has got two meanings. One meaning was given, she was a prison. Durg, right? Durg means a fort. A fort that is very difficult for anybody to cross over from inside to outside or outside to inside. But the root word of Durg in Sanskrit means something that is difficult. Dur. Root word dur is something difficult. Dusshasan. No? So dur means difficult. And Durga means one who is difficult to subdue. You cannot subdue her. That is the reason her name is Durga. The material energy of the Lord. That is the fabric of this material world. And there is Durga or Maya. That are the two natures, the two intrinsic nature of Maya Devi is one, it has a illusory power. Illusion. what it is not what it looks like. Right? That is one thing. And the second thing is that it's impossible to overcome her. It's impossible to defeat her. How can you defeat somebody who Lord says, she is my energy? Can you defeat the Lord? No. Can you defeat His energy? No. But if you get some mercy and if you pray to the Lord, then maybe the way your prayers were heard by the Lord when you developed the second interest, maybe now you can pray and maybe Krishna will be merciful and say, okay, I have had enough of this video parlor experience. I want to get out of this video parlor. I know nowadays it's not very popular, but there was a time when you would go to play video games in a parlor, right? You'll have different kinds of games and you go around and, giving money here and there and get 1 life and 2 life and 3 lives, and you continue on digging to that game and becoming better and better playing that game. And our life is like that. Taking so many lives over and over again, wanting to exploit in more refined way, becoming an expert in refined playing of the game. And then what happens when you go to the video parlor sometimes? You get tired of a game. You say, okay, enough. I don't want to play this. But I want to go play another one, another kind. And in one, I was flying a plane, right? When I'm flying a plane, I identify myself. This is my plane, and that is enemy plane. I am going to shoot. So I am identifying with a body, a plane, and really that association is simply false. But that is the nature of this illusory world, is we identify ourselves by the body we possess. Right? And like this, we are playing that game over and over again. We think, I am that aeroplane. And then when I'm tired of this, and I see in the video game, oh my God, I saw when I was flying, there were some whales in the ocean. And my desire is, hey, I want to enjoy the life of a whale. And then once the game is over, I say, okay, switch over. I want to go to another video game, which is, whales and fishes. And now I identify myself as a fish. Right? So like this, our life and births are like this only. It's a temporary identification of self with the body that we possess. A body that is born, has got a beginning, has got some time to experience the 5 senses of that particular body, and at the end of it, that body dissolves away. And when the body really becomes rusted and not useful, you yourself want to throw it away, just like a soiled piece of cloth. And this is smelling as, now, God. There it goes, and you wear another cloth. That's a very nice example Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita. That taking on a body is like wearing clothes. You are not too attached. You don't say, I am this cloth. Right? You are willing to give up the cloth and take on another cloth, another body. And so that is the nature of this. So the Dutiya Nibesh, the second interest that has come about, has brought us here. That was the first carnal desire. And that desire results in succession of more desires and more desires. And now you're trapped in this Bhavasagar, this ocean of bhav, of desires. And for that, there are some desires that you can fulfill as a human being, and again, you're not satisfied with the fruits and you develop new desires. And oftentimes, this life is not good enough for all your desires. And when you leave this body, you still have tons of desires, and Krishna is merciful. Your next body is given to you based on the consciousness in which you leave the first body. That's what Krishna says. That's what the scriptures say. That is, when you, the consciousness at the time of your death or leaving the body is really death, defines what is the next body, what is the next species you're going to be born in. And thus, it is said, and Srimad Mahaprabhu says, forget about this Bhav Sagar. Chant the name of Hari and keep chanting all the times. And there are some other other classes who say, keep chanting, because when you don't know when this body is going to end. I don't even know I'll be alive tomorrow, much less, a year from now. I may get a heart attack or a stroke and I might die just like this. Right? So that is the reason.
Old or young.
Yes, and you are on your own. There's nobody going to accompany you or chaperone you.
That's right.
Right. So keep chanting, keep chanting. Krishna says, those at the time of leaving the body, if they think about their parents, then they will go to the lok of the parents, where you can meet your parents. Right? Those who are thinking of gauls and so on, they will go to the lok of the ghosts.
The ghosts.
Ghosts. Yes. Right? And those who remember me, they will come to my dham. Right? So keep chanting, keep remembering him. Keep chanting, keep remembering. Right? And so, Dhanyavad. So this is Bhav Sagar. Bhav Sagar.
This is which sagar?
Bhav Sagar.
Bhav
Sagar. Bhav Sagar. Please get something for her to sit down.
There's one.
This one behind you.
Okay. Yeah. Prabhu, you also
I
please.
don't need one. I'm good. Okay, she's
Oh,
inside.
you need one. There you go.
Thank
you.
So
Yes.
So it is at times wise to know who I am, why did I come here? Only when I ask these fundamental questions, it may give rise to the other question, do I like this? And if I don't like it, what is it I should be liking? What is in my supreme interest? It is one question that nobody asks this question often enough in this world. What is in my supreme interest? Right? In fact, when Hiranyakashipu is being destroyed by Nrsimhadev, what does Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj makes a prayer to Nrsimhadev to calm him down. And in the prayers, Prahlad Maharaj says, he gives many prayers and he says, "Oh Lord, why should I ask you anything? In this life, this material life, people don't even know what is in their supreme interest." Right? They ask the Devi Devta or the Lord, "Oh, I'm willing to give you a boon." And, "Oh, boon? Oh my God, take it cash and cash it." Right? So those who are materially interested, they will jump at the opportunity of a boon given by the Lord. Right? But that boon is like a fishing hook. You want to take a boon, you will stay back in the material world. Right? Because most of the time you're asking a boon to say, "Hey, let me have a grand family and a big house or this or that." You know, is that worthwhile? Is that really a substantive objective of your life? No. So Prahlad Maharaj asked Nrsimhadev, "Oh Lord, why should I take any boon from you? You are mine and I want to just serve you." Right? And look at the rest of the world. They don't even know what is in their supreme interest. So these few important questions every living entity should ask for. Who am I? What is my eternal position? And my eternal position is, as I mentioned earlier, before you develop the Dutiya Nibhesh, your eternal position is you are an effulgence from Mahavishnu, and your eternal religion is that of attachment and love and service to the center. That is the first interest of all living entities. But there are some living entities who have developed a second interest. So the first answer that we know is we are living entities. We are Atma. We are not the body. And the second thing is, what is this? One must ask this question. What is this reality? It appears like this is real. And this perception seems so real because I can feel it, touch it, see it. Right? My senses are able to perceive this world, and the neural network that is my brain gives me an illusion. Actually, to us it looks real. And what Prabhu, good to see you. It gives you an illusion. This is reality. So, I'm an engineer by profession, and I'm a scientist by profession, and I'm also an AI student, artificial intelligence and neural networks. Okay? So, how our brain understands and how our brain perceives, there is some expertise I can claim. So all of us with our brain and with our perception from the time we are born, we think based on the experience, this is what the reality is. The five senses, the eyesight is perceiving the objects of the senses, and the ear is perceiving the objects of the sound, and taste and touch and smell. And all this information fusion is happening at the base of your brain, which is hypothalamus, right? That is, the five senses are essentially projected there as set of objects. And after information fusion, everything you're absolutely sure, yes, I'm seeing a mridang, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing a person, I'm seeing a deity, right? So that is going into the thing, and then the mind is the one which is processing in the background, evaluating, of all these objects, what can I manipulate these objects? What can I consume? Right? Should I consume a glass of water, a glass of chai, or what have you? Right? And the mind is constantly saying, if you consume this, you can give you this pleasure. If you can consume this. And, oh, by the way, not just consuming. If you mix this and put some effort, you can get to the top of the mountain and you can get a beautiful view. So these are all the manipulations that your mind is projecting onto you. And you're thinking this is reality. And then you put in some effort to go exploit it. And we think this brain, whatever it is telling you is reality. But think about it. Maya Devi is energy. What appears like a kartal, what appears like a solid metal, is comprising of molecules or atoms. In reality, this touch of metal that I'm thinking my skin has touched, this is real. But really, this is empty space. Don't we understand? In an atom, if you consider the atom is the size of Santa Cruz city, that atom is empty except for a nucleus somewhere in the middle that is as big as this. Santa Cruz city and this. This is the reality. Everything else is empty. And we think, no, that is solid, unshakable. What can I say but say illusion? We think this is solid, this is existing. No, that is what the job of Maya Devi is. She is projecting, casting illusion onto you, and your senses are essentially triple transformed, as we call it in neural nets, triple transformed projection of the original matrix. And so this machine is nothing but a perception machine. The body is nothing but a perception machine. And so is the brain. Right? So all that I was trying to say is that here we are born with this body and with some perception, we fail to realize that this is not the reality. The reality can be perceived if you can apply some brain function, if you have a sukriti to be told by somebody, some guidance who can guide you to say, this is what that reality is. Then you can step back and yourself perceive, you agree with that or not. You make the determination. Do you agree? Yes, this is what the reality is or not. Nobody can impose on you, thou shalt believe this. You are going to make that decision yourself. Right? So, yes, Didi.
Prabhu, it's not, of course, what I study, I'm hearing that it's not that everything is not here, it's just that it's temporary.
Yes.
And it will never satisfy the soul. It's not that we're living in a LSD trip. It's like things are happening and they're here, but it's not, it's just temporary and it's going to never satisfy because we're looking for the eternal things, the eternal relationships. Is that right?
That is true. And, just before you came in, that's where we started with, as to why we are here, what is our first interest. And then there is what is the dutiya nivesh, what is the second interest. The second interest has brought us into the material world. The first interest is exactly what you're saying. Our eternal profession, our eternal religion is our first interest. Remembering who we are, what we are connected with, and what is the source of our happiness. That is the first interest, which is serving the center. And so these effulgence of marginal potencies are coming out as rays of Mahavishnu, a living entity. They remember who they are and what their Sanatan Dharma is. And only a very small fraction of that, however, develop a second interest. Yeah, just a second. And the second interest are guys like us. People like us. We want to develop, we want to enjoy in separation. And enjoy in separation, Krishna has created this world for us, which is bound by the law of karma, which is bound by what we seek as mode of experience. And then you will get whatever you're seeking, but it will be transitory in nature, it will be temporal in nature, it will never, it's not going to be eternal. But if you remember who you are, yes, there is an eternal pleasure, source of pleasure, there is an eternal thing that is going to keep you blissfully happy, where the bliss keeps increasing. It's hard to imagine here a bliss that keeps increasing. All that we have seen is the bliss keeps decreasing, which is really what we call as the law of diminishing returns, right? So that's exactly what it is. Yes, Prabhu.
When you say the word center, what Sanskrit word are you referring to?
The center will be Bhagavan. Bhagavan. The Sanskrit word Bhagavan. Bhag is something by which you feel like worshipping. One, that center that just uncontrollably makes you worship. That is Bhagavan. That person who you feel like worshipping uncontrollably.
Arvind, if I may, earlier you talked about Durga.
Yes.
What is the connection between Durga, Mayavati, Chit Shakti and Radharani's nature?
These are very high questions, but I can strive to answer it. If I make a mistake, please forgive me. Okay. So the first thing is, Krishna says this. See, Bhagavad Gita is a concentrate. It is a concentrate of the Vedas and Upanga of the Vedas. This is the concentrate. So you don't, I mean, yes, you can study in detail and slowly the Upanga of Veda, but Bhagavad Gita is concentrate. And if you can, our life is so limited, if you can learn Bhagavad Gita under the tutelage of a bona fide Vaishnava, then it will come to your heart and you will understand that. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that Mama Maya Duratraya, that this material energy is my energy. And she is Duratya, you cannot overcome, you cannot defeat her. So first thing is, Krishna says, Maya is also me, she is my energy. That's one. And the name Maya, in Sanskrit, that itself says who she is. Ma, not, ya, this. That she is not. Maya, that means the material world that is created is not what it is. One of the intrinsic nature of Maya is illusory potency. It gives you an impression of what it is not, Maya. So that is one. And it is at the instructions of Bhagavan that Maya Devi has been told to synthesize this universe. And Maya Devi has been told to synthesize not just this universe, but multitudes of parallel universes. They are all synthesized by Maya Devi. And that Maya Devi has synthesized this material world so that those marginal potencies that have developed a second interest can fulfill their desires in this material world. Right? And so that we can fulfill our desires in this material world, there are rules and regulations, so there are some constraints, bound conditions. And those bound conditions are administered by Maya Devi. So you cannot violate those conditions. One of those conditions is, for example, the law of karma. Yes, you will be born with multiple bodies given, but you will also, and yes, you can exploit and consume the fruits of your effort. Yes, but because you are consuming the fruits of the effort, you are now implicated and responsible for that consumption. So I have consumed that fruit by troubling somebody, by exploiting somebody. Because I have consumed the fruit, now I have incurred the karma, and I have to pay back what I have exploited. So those are the bound rules of this material world. And those rules are hard to overcome. And thus another name for Maya Devi is Durga. Dur, difficult, Ga, difficult to overcome. Then your next question is, then how is that related to Srimati Radha? Right? The Supreme Being is not one. The Supreme Being is Sri Radha Krishna. That is that one Supreme Being. It's not just Krishna. Yes, you can say Krishna, but Krishna is never away, never separate from Radha. Yes, so that lordship is always together. Sometimes they appear as separate, and sometimes they come as one, like Srimad Mahaprabhu. And that is beautifully explained in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who they are, who is Sri Radha Krishna, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So beautifully explained. So yes, you're right. You're right. So I got distracted. What is it we were talking?
You were discussing Radharani's nature.
Oh, where is Radharani? Right.
Yes.
So Srimati Radharani and Krishna is really that one. They are not. Yes, they may appear as Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Yes. Right. But look at our scriptures where Krishna is lampat. He is crazy. He doesn't care about anything. He wants the association of Srimati Radharani. Who can say Krishna is the Lord? Radharani is a lot there. Doesn't it appear like that? When he is lampat, sulampat, right? So they are one and the same. It is the mood of service that is Srimati Radha. And everything that exists in the mood of service is that female potency, Srimati Radha. And Srimati Radharani, her expansions are all these energies who are for the satisfaction and service of the Lord, including Durga Devi. That is the way I understand it. If there's a mistake, I'll be happy to submit. But now at least we know what is this totality. Lord Shiva and Durga and Parvati, where are they compared to the totality? They are one homogeneous system. They are not separate. They are just part of that grand play of Bhagavan. It's a grand play. There are many in India who think, oh, the Shivites are against the Vaishnavites and whatever else. This is really a cockroach brain and a cockroach understanding of the reality, the beauty. But if they have some mercy from high above, they can understand the totality and see how everything is harmonious. Everything is harmonious and towards a higher play than what? Of that play is of sweetness of Bhagwan himself. And when I say Bhagwan, I do not separate Radharani from it. When I say Bhagwan, I am talking about Sri Radha Krishna. That is Bhagwan.
It's a question. Are Sri Radharani's expansions and manifestations, is that what is called the Alokic realm? Is that what's called Chit Shakti?
Yes, I mean, so Krishna has got the external energy and the internal energy. So the external energy is Maya Devi and the internal potency is Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is the Chitta Shakti.
Chit Shakti.
Yes.
But is this Srimati Radharani is the combination of Hladni and Shakti? Shiva Shakti?
Hladni Shakti is entirely of a different nature. I mean, Hladni is the highest of all.
Yeah.
Can you pronounce it again? Hladni?
Hladni. Hladni.
H-L-A.
Hladni. 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 Adha. Hladni. Hladni in Sanskrit means one who is ahladit, fills your brain, fills your heart in happiness. Ahladni. That is the Hladni. What is the meaning?
Is this like the mountain on which Radharani and Krishna are? Is that what this is a reference?
Prabhu, that I am ignorant. I'm not so read upon. Please forgive me. So, the pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna right now, I really don't feel qualified to know about it, and I'm really an ant at the mountain of Govardhan. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah. And so yes, with my ant eyes, there are no binoculars, and you know the structure of eye of ant. They don't have a lens. They are the most rudimentary eyes. But this itself fills my heart in joy, description has given, and it is not contradicted by other observations or other things that I have read. So my heart of heart tells, this is true. Just like in the heart of heart, I know I am happy, I don't need an external validation. The nature of consciousness, Chaitana, the nature of Chaitana is, Chaitana exists on its own. It does not need a body of perception apparatus. It is conscious and knows by its own. Chaitana is that which can perceive, and in fact, you can say the material world is projected by Chaitana. And I'm not talking about philosophy of Sanatana Dharma. I'm talking about quantum physics today. That is the conclusion of science today. That it is the consciousness that is projecting the illusion of perception. That means quantum entanglement is the only way anything can perceive anything. And the entanglement requires an observed and an observed. And the observer has to be Chaitana only. That is the conclusion today of quantum physics.
What is that Chaitana's consciousness?
Chaitana as
Your
consciousness. Yes.
Is that connected with Chaitanya?
Yes, Chaitanya has come from that, of course. Chaitanya.
That
It's
has come from
conscious,
Chaitanya.
Krishna conscious. Yes.
Chaitanya.
We are all conscious entity. And that Chaitanya is our Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Totally aware of Krishna, and if you are aware of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, what does it? Leave anything. He's not unaware of anything. He's aware of all. What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? This body is the instrument of perception, is the field of experience. That's the second, right? He says, what is this body? Krishna says, what is this body? He says, this body is the field of experience. I don't know. Is any one of you a student of physics or mathematics? A definition of a field.
Field.
Right? Field.
Yeah, the field of activities.
A field as mathematically understood and generally speaking is not very hard. A field of application of possibilities is just like you go to a football field. It appears like a field. But that field, based on the rules of football, can give innumerable different type of plays, each with a different end, isn't it? But all within that field. Once you get out of the field, the rules don't apply. And that game is not there. Game is over. Right? So the field remains the same. The experiences can change. Right?
From what to what?
Yes. Right? So what is, Krishna says, a body is the field on which the living entity is perceiving. The field is born at the time of birth. And you walk around, trace various paths of all possibilities. What I could have done with my life is all defined in the field. Right? And I know what is in the field. And likewise you have your body and you perceive what you live, what you feel. And Krishna says, and what I am experiencing, you cannot experience it. What you are experiencing, I cannot experience. Yet Krishna says, I am that who knows all fields.
Chaitanya.
Isn't he says that? I am that.
It's Paramatma.
Yes. And talking about Paramatma, thank you for coming back to where I was earlier, which is, as a marginal potency, I have come to this material world, wanting to, being a cockroach, I want to experience the splendor of a king. How is that possible? My desires are there. Hey, I want to experience splendor of a king and have 5 wives and 10,000 soldiers and go to 50 different wars and conquer all these things. And I want to see how great I am. And yet I am a cockroach. And then what does Krishna do? Oh, you have that desire? I love you so much. You're my child. I will come as Paramatma. I am the sanction. And because I am Paramatma, Maya Devi will listen to me. You have that desire, you make that desire well known. Paramatma sanctions it. And though I am the fallen soul, I think I would like to live this, but in reality it's sanctioned by Paramatma. And that allows this energy of Maya Devi to be lifted by a worthless, powerless, living entity like me. It's an illusion, but Paramatma is that sanctioner so that I can get that experience. That desire can be fulfilled. Now I think, yes, I am a king. I'm a glorious king. And look, I did this all because of my strength. Really, that strength is coming from Paramatma. Yes, Devi. Sorry, kept you waiting.
Don't apologize. You're just giving me more and more. So, Bhagavan, Radharani, Krishna, what was Paramatma? Help me out here. Because,
Okay.
I mean, I only know terms that are not, let's just say they're not Krishna conscious, but you're saying the same thing without that. But I don't understand. So, Bhagavan is the essence, all that is. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Ramana is that as well, yes?
What is
what?
Brahmana?
Maybe I did. Radharani. Sorry.
Radharani.
Sorry. So, and then Paramatma,
Paramatma.
which I understand partially.
Yes.
So, can you?
First of all, I salute you. The question that you asked is a very fundamental question. And I salute you because this fundamental question is not asked by people of India. So unfortunate, most of the people of India are, they don't know the difference between Bhagwan, Paramatma, Devi, Devta.
Also Brahma.
And Brahma, absolutely. But even if somebody asks this question, what is Paramatma? Is it same as Bhagwan or not? That will open the doors to answer that can completely fulfill all the questions in their heart. It can fulfill if only somebody asks this question. Right? It's very fundamental and important question. Okay. It's an important question and I'd like to spend time on it, but we also, I don't know, I can continue speaking, but I don't know how long you want to sit here. But if you want to, then let me take some time to answer that question because it is a very important question.
Yeah.
Okay? So, this requires understanding the ontological position of all that is. All that is. Okay? So, all that is Bhagavan first. What is the nature of Bhagavan? Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat, Chait, consciousness. Ananda, blissful. Vigraha, personified. He is not a formless. He has got a form. Vigraha. He is a personification of Sat. Sat means reality at the base thing. Sat means something that is not temporal. Sat means something that is not illusion. That is Sat.
Also a term?
Yeah.
Yes. Temporal, not temporal. Has to be eternal. Right? Sat, Chait, self-conscious. Without requiring any instrument, it is consciousness. Is aware of everything. Everything is nihit, is innate. Satchit. Ananda. Bliss. Vigraha, personified. And because of its propensity for Satchidananda Vigraha, is always busy in play. Leela. So the intrinsic nature of Bhagwan is, he is Leela man. And what is he doing Leela for? He's not doing Leela for you, me, or anybody else. For himself. By himself, for himself. Right? Satchidananda. And as part, so that he can do the Leela, that Bhagwan has a first expansion in the form of Sankarshan. Sankarshan is the primal, most fundamental expansion of Bhagwan. And Sankarshan essentially synthesizes the necessary stage for that particular Leela to go on. And this is the plane. This is the plane. Bhagwan is the plane. There is no time and space there. It'll be hard. I mean, if you're a physicist, then you can appreciate. Yes, without time, things could be there. No time. In fact, multiverses come about because there is no time prior to that singular point of existence. Yes, yes.
The definition of Bhagavan, the other one, that he's full of all six opulence.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Right. So first expansion is Sankarshan, and Sankarshan exists only for the pleasure so that the Leela of Lord can happen.
So can you say another name for Sankarshan?
Okay. So I'll come to that. I'll give an example. And from Sankarshan, the next expansion is Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is the brilliant effulgent. And from the pores of Mahavishnu, the living entities and the worlds are coming, springing out from the pores of Mahavishnu. When he is exhaling, multiple universes are born. And when he is inhaling, those universes are dissolved. From the effulgence of Mahavishnu are the rays, which are the marginal potencies, Jivatma, which is you and me. Those are the rays coming out from Mahavishnu. And for the Leela of Bhagwan, then Mahavishnu, from Mahavishnu springs multiple universes. And those universes are pratishthit. They are situated on Vishnu. Each universe is pratishthit on a Vishnu. And each of the universe is created on the living entities there who are living are as per Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Right? So it is the play that is going to go on in those universes are defined by that. And that potency, that glance of Mahavishnu that is impregnating that particular universe is in the form of Sadashiv. So Sadashiv is in parallel with Mahavishnu. His position is just like Mahavishnu. The universes get created, they live, and then the universes dissolve. And with the dissolution of the world, everything gets subsumed into Mahavishnu or Sadashiv. Right? So, the living entities who are in the mode of exploitation, who are then situated in one of the universes, and whatever their desires is, they fulfill their desires. And Maya Devi creates this universe, the oceans and sand and everything else, everything that we perceive as, oh, this is reality. Right? That is created. But the living entity is so powerless that the living entity cannot fulfill the desire. And thus, this universe has situated in the heart of every living entity, there is a Paramatma. Paramatma, the super soul. And Paramatma is that expanded essence of the Lord. Yes, Shirodakshai Vishnu. It is the Shirodakshai Vishnu which is known as Paramatma, which is situated in every body, which is actually animating, truly animating this, but actually is animating depending on the desire of that tiny living entity. It's orchestrating this body and the rest of the world. Things are happening here by that Paramatma. So Paramatma is that who is there with you in this material world so you can fulfill all that you came here for. And that is Paramatma. And once you are done with its entanglement and you get mercy to say, okay, oh Lord, I am your servant, now I know who you are, I got in. Lord, you yourself came and one of your devotee touched me and now I have understood my first interest. I want to abandon my Dutiya Nivesh. Please take me back into my original self. Then you are liberated from this material universe back to the transcendental, alokic world. And then there is no Paramatma with you. Now you are self-effulgent, living in that space. But Paramatma is one who is here to orchestrate and enliven the things for you. He is that essence of Lord, but he is only a partial expansion of the expansion of the Lord. That's Paramatma. And that question should fill your heart with delight to at least answer the question, who I am, what is it that I am perceiving, and how come I am perceiving it this way? Though I am worth nothing, but it feels like I am the king here. It feels like the world rotates around me. It feels like my perception is the best perception. And what you're perceiving is defective. I'll tell you how it is. Everybody thinks I'm at the center of the world. Isn't it?
Yes.
So, this is a quick answer to your question. But it does beg the question. It does answer, who is Bhagwan? And then Bhagwan, because he is busy doing Leela. And the Leela is all that you see in the scriptures. So you have Ram Leela, you have Varaha Leela, you have Narsinghadev Leela. You have Krishna Leela.
So Bhagavan is there.
And when this Leela is happening, that Bhagwan is coming. That Bhagwan is blissful in his dham. And that blissful dham where he's busy doing Leela is Braj Dham. Yet he is merciful. He allows all living entity to have a chance to participate in the Braj Leela. And so when the Mahayug happens in this material world, then Bhagwan says, hey, I am also going to come here and do my Leela. So in Treta Yuga, he comes as Sri Ram Leela, with some qualities. And when Ram is Bhagwan himself, the Sankarshan is Lakshman. Answer your question. That's Sankarshan. When there is Krishna Leela, Krishna comes. Sankarshan is Balaram.
Right. Any other manifestation of Sankarshan?
Bhagwan is always busy in doing his Leela, and there are uncountable Leelas of his. So it's impossible to even write, and Rishis say, no, we cannot even write. But if you are interested, then just go through Srimad Bhagavatam and you can see many of the pastimes. Even Parashuram is avatar. Right?
So a manifestation, a piece of partial manifestation of Sankarshan.
So whenever Bhagwan comes, then It is never a partial manifestation, it's full.
Including Parashuram.
Ah, yes, yes.
I thought Parashuram was Shakyavesh avatar, though. Is it Parashuram Shakyavesh avatar?
That
Can
is
you see
true.
that word you said?
Yes.
What word did you say?
Satyavesh.
Shakyavesh.
Satyavesh.
It means that
Satyavesh.
if God wants, He can make you God. But at the same time, you're not fully God. But you have all the powers of
Satyavesh
God.
is the
Satyavesh.
term used.
You're empowered.
Satyavesh. True.
Shakti, and then Avesha means like a garment. So it's like you're
Avesh.
garmented
Appearance.
in the Shakti, in the power.
The highest form of Shankarshan is validated.
Yes.
And
Hold on, please. Pardon me, but and so highest form is Baladev. Why is that?
First expansion.
Because in this particular time, this is the 50th day of Brahma plus 1, the next day. This is where Krishna does not come as an avatar. He comes himself. He moves his dham, Braj, physically moves here with all the associates. So we are very lucky
Yeah.
that 5,500 years ago, it was not Krishna avatar. Most Indians are confused like hell. They think Krishna is avatar of Vishnu. Oh my God! I need to have a chappal and hit my head hearing that. As I just explained, Vishnu is but what Vishnu is on who this universe is situated. And when this universe dissolves, Vishnu gets dissolved along with Shiva. So who is that idiot who says it's a Vishnu avatar?
Don't they think that the Lord Narayan, Kunta, is also a manifestation of Vishnu? So they're thinking like that.
That is true. But we are like funny brains, so maybe we will do kindergarten stuff here, and the master stuff really is for senior devotees. Yeah.
Lord Balaram, Krishna Balaram, that's not perceived a lot about Krishna Balaram.
Yes.
so the question
So
is,
let me just try to finish that is that this particular avatar was not avatar of Bhagwan. It was Bhagwan Swayam, Avatari Swayam has come. The Avatari Swayam has come in this particular Dwapar Yuga.
The direct, the original.
The source of whose avatar. Have you seen the movie Avatar?
Yes.
Okay. At least very crudely it allows Westerners to understand what is avatar. It's very crude, but still good enough. So the projection, whose avatar it is, that source is called avatari. Avatari avatarat hota hai. No? So if that Bhagwan has come in this Dwapar Yuga, then his Sankarshan is obviously the first expansion, the most fundamental expansion of that. Yes.
In this yoga, who appears is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. So this is again very important discussion point which is first of all, in this 50th year of Brahma and the first day on it, Krishna himself, Avatari, has avatarit here. He himself has come with Balaram, who is really the Sankarshan, the primeval Sankarshan. And so that was in Dwapar. And now there is Kali Yuga. And some of the beauties of the Lord is that He always comes in various yugas, but His pastimes are always subtly different. Subtly different. It's not a repetition. No. The Ram Leela that happened in the previous yuga was not same as this. It's slightly different. Different outcome. Okay? So one of the things is that in the age of Kali, where there is no good fortune, there is kala, darkness and mechanization. and repugnant things happening, there is one benediction that is given. That is, because you're worthless people anyway, you get the highest benediction in the same. You can chant the name of Hari and you can get the same benefit as in what was true in Satya Yoga or Treta. But that benediction comes only to hidden people, because the hidden avatar of Bhagwan, properly speaking in Kali Yuga, it is said as per the scriptures that the Kali Yuga, there will be one avatar and that will be Kalki avatar. And when Kalki avatar comes about, he is going to destroy the effect of Kali Yuga completely, destroy all the evil things and re-establish Dharma. And Kalki, when he has done his Leela, Dharma is established, and that will be the end of the Mahayuga. And the next Mahayuga will start, starting with Satya Yuga. Dharma has been
No
established.
partial dissolution? Is there a partial dissolution? Why heat up Mahavishnu?
So that is good question. That is really related to the night of Brahma. The night of Brahma is when there is suspension.
Is that a full, or just when Brahma dies, that's when
That will be a full dissolution. Then otherwise that is partial. Yes. So coming back to that, every Kali Yuga, yes, will have a known Kalki avatar. But before the Kali Yuga, before that Kalki avatar, in the beginning of Kali Yuga itself, there will be a Channa avatar, a hidden avatar. Channa.
Very
Hidden.
nice. It sounds very nice.
Channa avatar.
Yes.
There will be Channa avatar of Bhagwan, which will be only whose Leela will be known only to Sumedasa, people with fine theistic knowledge. And he will inaugurate the Nam Sankirtan Yajna. Now, in the Dwapar Yuga, there was no avatar. Avatari Swayam came down. Similarly, that same avatari will take on and appear in the Channa avatar
As a devotee.
as a hidden avatar. And he will not be blue dark colored avatar as per the scriptures. He will be Akrishnam. Akrishnam, one who is not dark.
Yeah.
Right? And he will be on his own. He will come as a devotee and he will have a golden effulgence. So that hidden avatar in the Kali Yuga is Sriman Mahaprabhu. What you see on the left hand side. Okay? And this Mahaprabhu is no different than Shyama Sundar of Dwapar Yuga. Understand this. And this Channa avatar is Bhagwan Swayam, except that he is hidden. But no different. He is not an avatar. He is an avatari Swayam. So Krishna is avatari and his hidden appearance, Sriman Mahaprabhu, is also Swayam Bhagwan. Now the next Mahayuga, when it happens, then the Krishna will be avatar. No, he will not be avatari. And then the Mahaprabhu would be an avatar himself. But now, Sriman Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna combined in one body with a golden effulgence, inaugurating the Nam Sankirtan Yajna for the benefit of those fine theistic
Sumedasa.
To me, all that we have discussed this point should gladden our heart and completely answer some of the fundamental questions all living entities have to have. Yes?
Is that in this view of Chaitanya, when you said Kali, the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very special because, as you said, it's in himself. And he brings externally the spreading of the holy name. But the main internal reason is to see how his devotee, Radha, is serving him so perfectly. And so that's a special yoga that happens once in a day of Brahma. Is that
Yeah.
so?
Mhm. Yes. So, one another thing I'd like to mention before we wrap up this class is the pastimes of Sri Sri Radha Krishna required some qualification. Do you think we in Kali Yuga have that qualification?
No.
At least I can say I do not.
I don't, at least, yeah, me neither.
We are full of offenses. The benediction, the beauty, and the good fortune that we have is that the hidden Channa avatar of Krishna in the form of Mahaprabhu, he has taken his Leela has happened in Navadvip Dham, in Gaudadesh. And his Leela, by his own power, because he is Bhagwan Swayam, first of all, he has given authority, because he can change the rules. Rules are for him. He has allowed everybody the authority, the good fortune to chant his name. Even the least qualified, which the Vedas and Samat Brahmins will never allow. He has given because he is the Lord. He can do whatever he wants. Okay? But there was a key point I forgot. Oh my God. What were you mentioning, Didi?
About the being Mahaprabhu in this era Kali Yuga, that he comes with this specifically externally propagating the holy name, chanting, but internally to experience and to see what is it that his devotee Radharani is serving him, how she feels. That specific Mahaprabhu comes, if I can remember, one time
Once in the day of Brahma. Yeah.
And that is now, this Kali Yuga.
Mhm.
So it says that we are very fortunate.
Absolutely.
But you
He's
can
searching
elaborate
after
more.
Krishna. He's
So
searching.
I remember the points.
Separation.
In separation. What I was talking about is we need some qualification to serve Sri Sri Radha Krishna. But we are not free of aparad, offenses. The great benediction that we have is Sriman Mahaprabhu, his Leela is in Gaudadesh. And that place is aparada bhanjan. Please remember this. That is that Leela where you can serve Sriman Mahaprabhu, you can serve Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Even if you are offensive, even if you are not qualified, and you have lot of aparad, offenses, bhanjan, it destroys your aparad. That is the greatest treasure that we have. We're full of offenses, yet He is allowing us that these offenses be bhanjan.
What destroys our offenses? Sorry.
Just that if we serve Sri Sri Radha Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Navadvip or Gaudadesh, even if you commit offenses in Gaudadesh, they are forgiven. Do not do those offenses in Vrindavan. Please, do not.
But don't do those offenses with a purpose. even
On
in
purpose.
opposite.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Try to-
So when you go to Vrindavan, you need to be very careful. You must respect all the Vrindavan Basi, even if they look very obnoxious to you or your superior intelligence think they are really of low intelligence. Don't even think about it. Okay? If you think you are full of offenses, serve in the land Gaudadesh. And serve in Gaudadesh. Serve in the pastimes of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Serve Sriman Mahaprabhu, his Leela and all that he has done. Go to Puri and all that area. Make that your home. If not physically, in your mind, in your thinking, in your reading. Aparadha Bhanjan, please take that.
That's where the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt
Is, yes. Where Sri Chaitanya Mutt is, that is a mountain actually, and that is Aparadha Bhanjan. That's a hidden Govardhan hill. As per Sridhar Maharaj, it's his house. And that place, Sri Chaitanya Mandir that we have there, that is Aparadha Bhanjan. That is Aparadha. So count that as a blessing. And if you cannot be there, just meditate upon it and serve those devotees who go there. Serve the bona fide Acharya of Sridhar Maharaj. Serve Srila Acharya Maharaj. Serve the successor of Srila Acharya. That is a very safe, very fortunate, very high position. Right, so it was a long class, but
6 o'clock.
I do not know what I said. I did not say it. It's your questions prompted it, and it just I try to allow it to go on.
Thank you.
When 2 or more gathered in my name, things flow. That was very beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Prabhu, do you know if it's recorded? People
Yes,
ask me.
Murli Prabhu is saying it is getting recorded. Yes.
Yeah.
20 minutes, then we'll do Jai, okay?
Yay!
I was going to say earlier that Nityananda, Nitai, that is instruction too, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the manifestations of Pradyumna and Anirudh,
Yeah!
what did they call it?
Not video.
Prabhu, I'm not so well versed in all the scriptures, so I would step back what I don't know.
It's there in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So I have got 1 grain of sugar, I'm tasting it,
Yes.
and there's a mountain of sugar behind, and I don't know.
You want to go?
Okay. All right, so I think we can sing Hari Harai.
Yes.
Yeah. What page is Hari Harai? 16. Bhaj Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Bhaj Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana.
Shri Gopinatha Malana Mohana
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Gadadhar Shivasadi
Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Jaya Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunatha He Chai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana He Chai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana Jaha hoite Vigna Nasa Vishta Purana Jaha hoite Vigna Nasa Vishta Purana He Chai Gosai Jar Mui Tara Das He Chai Gosai Jar Mui Tara Das Kansabar Pad Renu Mora Panchagras Kansabar Pad Renu Mora Panchagras तांदेर चरण से भी भक्त साने बास तांदेर चरण से भी भक्त साने बास जन्म में मोरा हे अभिलाष जन्म में मोरा हे अभिलाष हे छाई गोसाई जबे ब्रजे कोयला बास हे छाई गोसाई जबे ब्रजे कोयला बास राधा कृष्ण नित्य लीला कोरीला प्रकाश राधा कृष्ण नित्य लीला कोरीला प्रकाश आनंद बोलो हरि भज वृंदावन 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 Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majaya Mana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majaya Mana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kori Acha Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kori Acha Harinam Sankirtan Tohe Narottama Das Harinam Sankirtan Tohe Narottama Das Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Jai Sachinandana, 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 Gaura Hari, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. We'll conclude with Jayadhvani. जय सपरिकर श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग गंधर्व गोविंद सुंदर गिरिधारी गोपाल जू की जय। जय श्रीला भक्ति निर्मलाचार्य महाराज की जय। जय श्रीला भक्ति पावन जनार्दन महाराज की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर देव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रीला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपनुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री बलदेव विद्याभूषण की जय। श्रीला विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती प्रभु की जय। श्री नरोत्तम श्यामानंद श्रीनिवास आचार्य प्रभु की जय। श्रीला वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीला कृष्णदास कविराज की जय। सपार्षद श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। सपार्षद श्रीमन महाप्रभु की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री लक्ष्मी वराह देव की जय। शुद्ध भक्ति विघ्न विनाशाय श्री नरसिंह देव की जय। भक्त प्रभार प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। गंगा जमुना जी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। विश्वव्यापी राजसभा की जय। अकार मठ राज श्री चैतन्य मठ की जय। तदीय शाखा मठ की जय। श्री चैतन्य सारस्वत मठ की जय। विश्वव्यापी तदीय शाखा मठ की जय। श्रीधाम मायापुर की जय। श्रीधाम नवद्वीप की जय। वृंदावन पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ जी की जय। श्री गोविंद कुंड की जय। श्री सदाशिव गंगाधर जी की जय। समवेत वैष्णव मंडल की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Oh, he wants to know when Krishna's birthday is.
Oh, Janmashtami.
Arun Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Yeah, thank you.